Hey guys, stop press. Actually, you'll see it before the video I just made about the dangers to restore Britain. I could tag it on to the end, but I figured I'd tag it on to the front and get this out of the way first. Okay, message in from Advance UK. Right. Advance UK, Our Future Together. I'll read it out very fast for those of you who can't read. A kind person pointed out that the members in Wales do not know what is going on. Clearly that is my responsibility. I offer my apologies. We have hit the ground running and all the hours are being worked. A couple of weeks ago I came in as the Director for Wales to coordinate our mission to change our Wales and bring its prosperity back. You were forced onto the people of Wales. You got rid of the person who was our leader. Ben is passionate about Wales, and please don't let anyone tell you otherwise. We are standing in the Senate election. This is a game changer. We are a significant political force in Wales. The people of Wales standing up. We still need more candidates. Please get in touch. They are losing people to restore Britain, and in Wales, lots of them have resigned from Advance UK Wales. Yeah. The previous Wales administrator has left with all the contact groups made and the social media you participated in creating. He is refusing to hand over any of your hard work, and so at this point I have not been able to meet you or know of the dedication that clearly many of you have put in. People are frustrated and divisions have been created on purpose between different groups. Yeah, just like to say on that, those groups, I was a member of all those groups. Actually, I dropped out of most of them because I got fed up with bickering with people or having to read their comments. No offense to them, some of them were lovely people, but if you're trying to run a YouTube channel, you just don't have time to chat away all day in the comment section. And but those groups were set up by JJ and Richard. Yeah, they set them up. They got the members. They are the ones who built them. And I watched them being taken down one by one, and I can understand why they done it. They threw Richard and JJ under the bus and said, "Yeah, okay, well we've mugged you. No, go away, but leave us your wallet." Yeah. We don't do division. Advance is sorry and apologises. It has been this way, but as we start from scratch with good people, would you please get in touch and let us know what you would do and what you would like to do? We hear of some really good people, but as yet I still don't know who you are. We will shortly be setting up branches. Can you do this so that we can all meet together, say hello, and enjoy the mission that we are? We need people that are good at getting people together, good at organising dinners, breakfast, fun, and sharing our political mission. Everyone has a place, and we need people to take on the leadership of Wales. Please get in touch. Peter Prosser. Too late, Peter. You and your boys Thompson destroyed Advance UK in Wales, and now, because of the popularity of Richard and the support that he had from the people of Wales. Well, you've made your bed now, Peter. Go lie in it. Okay, guys, let's get into the video proper. I won't say Paul Morris Green Arrow out because it's Paul Morris Green Arrow in. Stop recording. Okay, guys, we're going to have a look at a little bit of a video here from the academic agent showing some of the problems that Rupert Lowe and Restore Britain are going to have to face, some dangers to be aware of. Thinking about it, I can see now where Ben Habib and Advance UK went wrong with the college. I'll stop the video perhaps as we go along, but academic agent has done a really excellent job here of showing just what to look out for. Stand by.
I talked about it yesterday, was, there's all these influential people, Steve Laws, Tommy Robinson, Rupert is popular. So people are circling at the moment. I'll just put this off a minute. People are circling at the moment, right? Almost like, they want Rupert to be their man type thing. That means there are lots of people circling. They want a piece of the action. They want to, in pro wrestling terms, they want to rub, right? They want to rub off Rupert, and they also want to lend, their people to Rupert as well. Now, this is a kind of something that they're going to have to navigate, because obviously it would be a disaster, I think, to formally bring in, right, somebody like Tommy Robinson or somebody like Steve Laws. Okay. I mean, in pure Marxist terms, what is Tommy Robinson? What does he represent? Tommy Robinson is basically the leader of a counter gang of lumpen proletariat. Okay, lumpen proletariat. That is how Lenin and the Bolsheviks would see Tommy and his crew. So obviously, it's fraught with danger. Also, Tommy has backers. Tommy has special interests that he answers to, and all of that. So that kind of angle. So they need to kind of thread a needle here, restore. They don't need to throw him under the bus. They don't need to disavow Steve Laws or Punch Wright or any of that sort of stuff. That's the reform way. They need to do what Donald Trump did and just kind of keep like a safe, kind of don't throw them under the bus, accept their support, be happy for their support, but you don't need to bring them in. Bringing them in would jeopardize the whole thing, especially Tommy. Tommy would wreck the whole thing. Okay. So just kind of, you need to keep, like, exactly as Trump did back in 2016, right back then. Just don't throw them under the bus. You can. It's a difficult one, but also don't accept them. Don't accept them in and give them roles and things like that. That would be silly as well. So it's a kind of balancing act, and I think they've done a decent job with that so far. One of the things that I would do is study how Donald Trump did it back in 2016, where he, sometimes a journalist would ask him, and he'd just say, "Well, I've never met him. I don't know who that is." It's a decent way of dealing with it, because it means that you don't have to throw him under the bus, right? You don't have to throw the person under the bus, and then Trump would just march on to the next point or whatever else. They wouldn't dwell on it. Because all of these tactics will be coming. These are all things the media will try to do to attack Rupert. They're going to use Steve Laws. They're going to use Tommy. They're going to use any person they can find, right, to attack them. All you need to do is well, I never met them. I don't know who that is. If they said they support me, that's fine, but they're not part of Restore, etc., etc. Okay. What else then? So that's really the danger from below. The danger from above, okay, and this is absolutely crucial as well, is blocking entryism into the vanguard and staying absolutely mission focused. The mission being to save Britain. Now, there's all sorts of ways that this can go wrong. One of the big problems is money, of course. Once money gets involved, the people giving the money will expect the party to represent their interests. What's important is keeping the vanguard tight and exclusive, not letting people into that inner circle and not allowing that inner circle to deviate from the core mission. Now, I've said it before. A political formula cannot brook an and, okay? Let's say your mission is A. Special interests, their mission is B.
And this is what happened with Advanced UK Congress College, with people like Richard Inman, not in the college, but Paul Thorpe. And there are videos out there of Richard Inman saying that he would welcome a multi-racial mixed race United Kingdom. In fact, there's a clip of that over on Saxon Thor you should watch. And yeah, we move on.
Special interests, no matter who they are going to try to replace A with B. You have to do whatever possible to stop A becoming B. Now, I've made this super simple. with the help of this diagram. Let's pretend this is Rupert and his core team. You see there's lovely smiley Rupert, and there's 4 lovely smiling, I'm colorblind, so I can never, is it blue? Is it purple? I don't fucking know. But anyway, let's pretend they're blue, right? There's 4 lovely blue smiling lads there who are true blue, and then there's 1 orange face. That orange face, let's say, everybody knows what the mission is. The mission is A. That orange face, secretly or explicitly, as B as his mission. He represents a special interest. He is not on the same page as everybody else. And he represents a problem. Now, this is just hypothetical. I'm not saying this is the case within Restore. I'm giving you a hypothetical. 4 nice, good children, 1 bad egg. How do we deal with him? Because if you don't deal with him, he can start causing issues. Okay? He can start causing lots of issues. So what I would like to do is to block him off, right? Block him off. Try to stop him talking to Rupert, and do your best to isolate him. We want to isolate him. We want him to make him feel kind of not welcome. We want to ice him out. So ideally, he becomes sad and buggers off.
And that's what they should do with the likes of Paul Thorpe. You've heard Paul Thorpe kind of speak about how good his connection is with Ben Habib and how often he speaks to him almost every other day, dripping poison in his ears. Paul listens to people like Richard Inman. There's a cabal of them. You'll see them. I call them the plastic patriots. You'll know them. As soon as they speak, you'll understand what sort of people they are. They're the ones who supported, said they were going to expose me for being an anti-Zionist. Those people, you know who they are. They're not patriots. They're a bit like the Fabians used to be, where their logo was a wolf clothed in the fleece of a sheep, yeah? Pretending to be something they are not. But we'll carry on with this. I hope you're enjoying it. I am.
That's ultimately what we want to do with him. Because if you don't deal with him, he will slowly but surely, he'll either try to convert one of the other faces to orange, or he'll start to connive and turn Rupert orange, or eventually, if Rupert turns orange, the 4 other guys will be replaced with other oranges. And before you know it, the whole team becomes orange. So you need to stop A becoming B, and it doesn't really matter what that special interest is. You can fill in the blanks. If you don't deal with that person.
And this is why I keep saying the Congress, the college was so bad. The college is rotten, then they can get rid of the leader, Ben Habib, Rupert, whoever. Yeah? You see what I'm saying? Now, if you've got a direct democracy, the college, those little blue oranges, spheres, even if they all go orange and go bad, they can't get rid of the leader in a direct democracy because beneath them are the members, and the members wouldn't allow it. So it doesn't matter how rotten those 5 little spheres are. Yeah. Too late, I think, for Advance UK. I'll be talking more about that at the end of this segment.
Listen, he is at risk of wrecking the whole thing by turning the whole thing orange. So you need to deal with him. And it needs to be ruthless. And it needs to be, this is like proper politics now. He needs to be dealt with, or he risks upsetting the whole thing. Why does he risk upsetting the whole thing? Because he's turning the mission A to being a different mission B. The mission is A. The mission is not B. It's really, really super simple. And the more he tries to push and make it B, the more he needs to be ostracized and pushed out of the organization and replaced with another blue. And this is going to be the hardest thing for Restore. How do they stop the process of this fucking Grimmer Wormtongue turning other members of the team orange or turning Rupert orange? Because Rupert does not have a very good orange radar. He's a 68-year-old man, okay? And he may be a little bit naive about certain aspects of politics. He doesn't have a good orange radar. I've seen enough of him to know that. These other guys may have a better orange radar. If there's an orange in the team, he needs to be isolated and iced out and replaced with a blue. Otherwise, this is what I'm talking about, thinking like a Bolshevik, thinking like Lenin. Would Lenin or Stalin or any of the others accept an orange in their midst? We're the Bolsheviks, but see, this guy's a whitey, this guy's a mensch. Unacceptable. Deviation. Left deviation or a right deviation. Got to get him out of the party. So that, I think, is how the vanguard, the inner circle, has to think. And in terms of recruitment and so on, that ideally you want to be like, well, they need to be blue. We need to make sure they're not orange, because the more oranges you accept into the organization, the closer the oranges get to Rupert, the more Grimmer Wormtongues there are, the more the mission A turns to being B. So that's it. Those are the dangers from above and the dangers from below. Let me know what you make of all of that in the comments. I mean, there's a few other dangers from above, of course. You know, people are circling right now. So from below, like I said, there's Tommy and Steve and various other people, and it's fine for them to support as long as they don't want to try to take it over or they don't want formal recognition. If you let them in, they'll cause trouble and they'll wreck the whole thing. Okay, they can give help as Twitter shock troops or whatever, but if you let them in the formal organization, it's going to wreck the whole thing. Absolutely. So there's that. But there's also other people circling. Ben Habib is one of the big ones, Advance UK. Now, if you ask me, Ben Habib, right, is an orange. Ben Habib is an orange and has to be not allowed. I mean, I think they've played it well. They said, look, you're welcome to join. You're welcome to kind of support us. But Ben, you are not getting into that inner circle. You are not going to become a decision maker. We've already got a leader. You, Ben, clearly represent orange interests. He's an orange, not a blue. And that's why Ben Habib is causing trouble, because Ben Habib has other interests other than simply Mission A.
Okay, guys. Now, I thought that was brilliant. And I can see I'm going to have to think again about Ben Habib. His heart might be in the right place, but he might not be going in the right direction. Talking about special interests, I want to show you this now. I'm going to press pause because I have no idea what I've done with it. Okay, guys, here we are on our channel. Remember I was telling you about that poll we had, yeah? There. Asking about Friends of Israel, yeah? Telling you about how many Friends of Israel were in the different political parties and within our civil servants. Well, the poll, out of 319 votes, I'll close it down tomorrow. 319 votes. 15% thinks that there should be a Friends of Israel. 83% of us think there shouldn't. And 1% of you think I'm crazy for asking the question. This is what that guy was talking about, special groups. These people, Friends of Israel, their interests are not our interests. They want to use the United Kingdom to support a foreign country. Yeah, that's a special interest group, and this is why Rupert Lowe should never allow there to be any special interest groups like Friends of Israel within the Restore Britain movement. And that could apply to, say, Friends of Milton Keynes. Does Milton Keynes have friends? Why does everybody knock Milton Keynes? I have no idea. But that was a special interest kind of group. Now, there was something else I wanted to show you. Oh, yeah, you might like this. 1 second. It's this. This came in from YouTube. Wow, your channel views are up 126% as you published more videos and got more views per video than before. Over the last few weeks, you've been publishing more videos, driving more viewers to your channel. It's our channel. On average, you also got more views per video than before. Something about the topics or format of these videos is particularly attractive, and you can see us jumping about and stuff like that. I'm quietly pleased about that, guys. I just want the channel to grow. Right, let's go back to our bunker. Oh, it's always nice and peaceful down here. Right, guys, what did you think of that video at the beginning? Yeah? Has it given you a new perspective on Advance UK? Tell me your thoughts in the comments. I genuinely would like to know. Yeah? Alright then, guys, you've been listening to Paul Morris, The Green Arrow. See you on the next one.